Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from
Hare Krishna Andaleka Karuna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, or Guru Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shama Guru Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Shama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Dasi from India. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, anyone would like to introduce themselves in the call today? Okay. Welcome all of you once again. Thank you everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are really fortunate to have His Grace Krishna Kishore Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 8.12 point, verse 43 to 44. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to Sundarangi Radha Mataji as the introduction today. Prabhu is also yet to join.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity. Yes, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji, I'm just opening. Thank you.
Sorry.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Here is a brief introduction about today's speaker, His Grace Krishna Kishore Prabhu. Prabhuji joined ISKCON in 2007 after reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And Prabhuji received Harinam initiation and Brahmanical initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji has completed BTech in Computer Science from BIT Pune. Prabhuji placed at FinIQ, a Singapore-based financial technology firm, in 2015. Prabhuji's personal service to spiritual, Prabhuji has done a lot of personal service to his spiritual master also. Prabhuji served as traveling secretary of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj from 2016 to 2020. And Prabhuji authored a book series called Charu Vilas, chronicling this period of service. Prabhuji has spent 2 years in Florida, USA, helping develop a 116-acre Vedic retreat center, a project envisioned by Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji's current base and services at ISKCON's Ujjain, and Prabhuji also doing the services like fundraising, publications. Prabhuji is organizing Govinda's restaurant, youth and congregation preaching, and Prabhuji is also a festival coordination, especially Srila Prabhupada Memorial Festival attended by over 3,000 devotees, including Srila Prabhupada disciples and various sannyasis. Global Prabhuji is also a part doing the service for global and institutional services, like services as secretary of the GBC Ministry of Sannyasa, and he assists the GBC strategic planning team, contributing to efforts that deepen devotees' connection with Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji has appointed in 2019 as director of ISKCON Ministry for Cow Protection and Agriculture, North America. Prabhuji is appointed in 2020 as Director of Veda Foundation in India. Prabhuji has completed the Zonal Supervisor course from ISKCON GBC College in 2024. And Prabhuji is doing preaching and education work, delivered over 2,500 hours of Krishna Katha globally. Haribol. And Prabhuji has preached in India, USA, UK, South Africa, Singapore, Malaysia, and Kuwait, and more. And Prabhuji also teaches IDC, Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, and other courses at Ujjain and Mayapur Institute, online and offline. All glories to Prabhuji's all wonderful services. This was the brief introduction about today's speaker. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity. Haribol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, for that brief introduction on Prabhuji. Let's go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we can read the verses. I think we are more verses today.
Sure, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Today we will read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 12, text 45 through 47. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 45. Shri Shuka Vacha Iti te abhihitastata Vikrama Sargadhanvana Sindhor Nirmadhane Yena Dhrita Prishte Mahachala. Translation. Shrukadev Goswami said, "My dear king, the person who bore the great mountain on his back for the churning of the ocean of milk is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Sharangadhanva. Sorry. I have now described to you his prowess. Etan muho kirtayato anusrinvato Narishyate jatu samudyamah kvachit yad uttama shloka gunanu varnanam samasta samsara parishramafa apaham. The endeavor of one who constantly hears or describes this narration of the churning of the ocean of milk will never be fruitless. Indeed, chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only means to annihilate all suffering in this material world. Prabhuji has joined, so I'll pause here.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading verses. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, for coming on this Bhakti Sangha conference call, giving your valuable time and association. Today, really, we are fortunate to hear from you. We just read 2 shlokas, Prabhuji. I hand over the call to you. Can please continue. Hare Krishna.
That you can share the verses.
I'm sorry, I am little late, not feeling little well, and please forgive me. Just need your blessings to serve all of wonderful devotees present here. So we start with Manglacharan. Om Gyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarane Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So generally how long the class goes is half an hour or 1 hour?
1 hour.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can speak for 30 minutes and then we can have questions.
Oh, okay.
Or you can do like 20, 25 minutes also fine, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So we are serving Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 12th chapter. And this is a very special section. We are studying the wonderful dealings between Lord Shiva and Lord Mohini or Mohini Murti. Actually, this Srimad Bhagavatam, as we know, is Paramhansa Samhita. This is meant for the pure devotees. Hansa means pure souls. Hansa means swan, but in Vedic terms, Hansa also means pure souls. Like we study in the 9th canto, when Pururava's story comes, there Shukdev Goswami tells people who lived in Satyuga and who were completely pure were called Hansa. And Paramhansa means were completely pure inside out. That means they don't have any anarthas. First of all, when we attempt to serve Srimad Bhagavatam or enter into the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to be free from all anarthas. And therefore, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it tells, Nirmat Saranam Satam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is for those great souls who are free from envy. Now, when it tells free from envy, that doesn't mean only envy. Actually, in the Shad Ripus, the 6 anarthas, envy is most complicated. When we suffer from Kam, that means lusty desires. Greater than Kam is Krodh, which is anger. And then Lobh, Mad, Moh, Matsarya. So the gradation or the complexity or intensity of anarthas increase from Kam to envy, Matsarya. And therefore, somebody who is free from Matsarya, we understand he is also free from other 5 ripus, the other 5 enemies, anarthas in our heart. And such pure souls can enter into the subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, when we hear stories like we are studying now, how Mohini Murti appeared in front of Lord Shiva became attracted to Mohini Murti and ran behind Mohini Murti, Mohini avatar. Somebody can easily be bewildered. How can this happen? That means Lord Shiva is inflicted by lusty desires. No, that's not the case. Actually, this pastime, Lord Shiva is putting himself as a sadhaka to warn us how powerful Lord's Maya is, how powerful Lord's illusory energy is. That is the teaching of this chapter. Actually, many a times when we hear different pastimes like Brahma Vimohan Leela or Indra Mardan Leela or Arjun getting bewildered in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, or Parikshit Maharaj putting snake in the neck of Samik Rishi. We hear all these pastimes. We may tend to think that, oh, how can these great souls make mistakes? Actually, these great souls are above all these anarthas. But they are enacting role of a sadhaka. They are enacting role of a conditioned soul so that we can learn from them. Like there is a famous song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, "My dear Lord, Amar Jivan Sada Papi Rata, Nahi Koi Punnera Lesh." My dear Lord, my whole life is filled with all different sinful activities, and you can never find even a trace of pious activities. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has no sinful activities. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is free from all contaminations of this world. He is a Paramhansa. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur is taking role of a sadhaka and teaching us how we should pray to the Lord. In the same way, this wonderful pastime where after the churning of the milk ocean, the nectar comes, and when nectar comes, there is a fight between demons and the demigods, and the demons take away the pot of nectar. Now, to help demigods, Lord comes as Mohini avatar, and he takes nectar back from the asuras and feeds the suras, the demigods. Now, when Lord Shiva comes to know about this wonderful incarnation of the Lord, Lord Shiva goes to Lord Vishnu and he prays. And in presence of Parvati, he prays that, my dear Lord, I want to see your extraordinary form in the form of a woman. Actually, it's interesting that Parvati is just next to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is praying that, my dear Lord, I want to see your form as Mohini Murti, in the form of a beautiful woman. And Parvati also accepts, yes, yes, we want to see it. And the Lord warns Lord Shiva that, my dear Lord Shiva, this form is not for you. This was just to bewilder the demons. But Lord Shiva insists, no, no, I want to see that beautiful Lord, that beautiful form you took as Mohini avatar. And Lord agrees. And while they were discussing, while the Lord is still there, Lord Shiva, in the presence of Parvati, is still discussing with the Lord, he happened to see a beautiful woman playing little far from where they were discussing. And when Lord Shiva saw that beautiful woman, he forgot everything and he started running behind. That is Mohini Murti. So he's just discussing with Lord that, Lord, I want to see your form in the form of a woman. And just while discussing, he sees this woman and he gets attracted and he starts running. One devotee was mentioning this pastime, and he was jokingly telling that Lord Mohini or Mohini Murti specifically chose route where all Shivites were worshipping Lord Shiva. So intentionally, Mohini Avatar went through the route where all Shivites were doing Om Namah Shivaya. They were bathing Shivalinga, they were putting Bil Patra, and they were doing all rituals to please Lord Shiva. And they see this beautiful woman running, and behind that beautiful woman, Mohini Murti, whom they see their Ishtadev, Lord Shiva, running like a madman. And when all the Shivites see, oh, how can this be possible? Our Lord, who is above this material contamination, how can he run after a woman? And finally, when Lord Shiva realizes that, oh, this is Lord's Maya Shakti, this is the power of Lord's illusory energy, he realizes and he tells Parvati that, see, this is my Lord. You asked me on whom I meditate day and night. You asked me who is my Ishta, who is my Lord and Master. This is my Lord and Master. This is Mohini Murti. And these pastimes give all sadhakas a warning that if Lord Shiva can be attracted to Lord's Maya Shakti, who are we? We are simply conditioned souls. Actually, one time, one devotee told Srila Prabhupada that, Srila Prabhupada, can we install Mohini Murti, deity of Mohini Murti in our temple? The Prabhupada told him, no, this Mohini Murti is so attractive to those who are lusty. Like Lord Shiva also was attracted. Forget about demons and conditioned souls. We have no qualification to install deity of Mohini Murti. Similarly, when Prabhupada was building temple of Juhu, one man came and he told, Swamiji, why are you installing this Radha Krishna deities? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna showed Virat Roop. So why don't you install this Virat Roop, Virat Purusha in your temple? So Prabhupada said, okay, I can install Virat Rupa in my temple. But in Bhagavad Gita, Arjun saw that this Virat Purush, this Virat Rup, universal form of the Lord, is eating all the soldiers in the battle of Kurukshetra. So in the Bhoga offering, what we should offer then? We will offer you in the plate. Are you okay? Are you ready? Then that person backed out. So actually, these all different incarnations and forms of the Lord are there to give us specific teaching. And Mohini Murti is giving two important teachings. First is how Maya Shakti is so powerful. And second is how much Lord loves his devotees. And that is the subject matter for today's discussion. So we'll read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto. Can somebody share the screen? 8th canto, 12th chapter, and verse number 45. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling Falashruti. Falashruti means after some pastime or after some chapter or adhyay, many a time Sukadeva Goswami tells what is the benefit of reading this pastime. Actually, benefit of reading Srimad Bhagavatam is reading Srimad Bhagavatam because we are getting personal association of Krishna in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. But still, when we read these wonderful pastimes, Sukadeva Goswami is offering us some extra benedictions. Like when we read Putana pastime, Sukadeva Goswami tells, whoever will read Putana pastime, he will Govinda Labate Gatim. He will get lotus feet of Lord Govinda. In the same way, they are different Falashrutis. So this is the end of the chapter giving Falashruti. Shri Shuka Vacha Iti te bhitastata vikrama saranga dhanava sindhor nirmanthane yena drita prishte mahachala. So translation, please scroll down. The endeavor of one who constantly hears or describes this narration of churning of ocean of milk will never be fruitless. Indeed, chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only means. Oh, this is right.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm
Yeah, this is
sorry.
the next. Yeah.
I scrolled a little too far.
Yeah. Sukadeva Goswami said, My dear king, the person who bore the great mountain on his back for churning the ocean of milk is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Saranga Dhanva. I have now described to you his prowess. So Saranga Dhanva means Lord who carries the bow called Saranga. Saranga is the name of Lord's bow. Like his club is called Kaumudi. So in the same way, his bow is called Saranga. And same Lord Vishnu, who is the carrier of Saranga bow, comes as Kurma avatar. So if Lord comes in the form of an animal or a reptile or a aquatic, still he is Lord. Even Mohini Murti, we should never understand this material form, no, the spiritual form. Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. And such a gigantic Kurma form, he carries whole Mandar mountain on the top of his back. And when demons and demigods were pulling this Vasuki snake to churn the ocean, this great mountain Mandar was being crushed. I mean, not crushed, but it was rubbed on the back of Kurmadev. And Kurmadev was so pleased by rubbing off this great mountain on his back that Kurmadev felt so soothing, so soothing experience that Kurmadev slept. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, this is our Lord. A great mountain is being rubbed on the back of Kurmadev and he is feeling great relaxation, as if somebody is massaging his back, and he sleeps while the ocean is being churned. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells, if somebody claims himself to be God, we can take a big stone and rub on his back. And if he feels pleasure and if he sleeps, then we can accept he is God. Otherwise, he should be accepted as a pseudo God, or as a pretender. So this is God's greatness. This is Lord's greatness. He comes as Kurma avatar and he bears this great mountain on its back. That is Lord's greatness. And interestingly, this same Kurmadev, it is told, after this pastime of Samudra Manthan, he comes to Vrindavan and he rests in Vrindavan for eternity. So when Srila Rupa Goswami, he finds Govinda Dev on Gomtila, this Gomtila is none other than Kurmatila. Actually, it is the form of Kurmadev where Govinda Dev was formed, and later Govinda Dev temple was built. So when you go to Govinda Dev temple next time, you can notice it's on a raised platform. It's little on a mountain type of platform. You have to climb little bit, and that is Kurmadev. So actually Govinda Dev is sitting on Kurmadev. So that's the wonderful power of the Lord, that he comes as Kurma and he excels his pastime in a way nobody can copy. Next verse 46. Etan muho kirtayato न शृण्वतो नारिष्यते जातु समुद्यम क्वचित् यदुत्तमश्लोकगुणानवर्णनं समस्तसंसारपरिश्रमापहम्. The endeavor of one who constantly hears or describes this narration of churning of the ocean of milk will never be fruitless. Indeed, chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only means to annihilate all sufferings in the material world. So this is wonderful Falashruti, that whenever one hears or describes this narration of Samudra Manthan, churning of the ocean of milk, his all endeavors will be successful. Indeed, just by discussing the glories of the Lord, one can sansara parishram apaham. Apaham means finishing. Sansara parishram, all parishram, hard work, miseries, all troubles of this world finish when we hear the glories of the Lord. Actually, once Srila Prabhupada was asked, Srila Prabhupada, so much struggle in this world, so much miseries in this world, when these miseries will end? Srila Prabhupada said, when Mahavishnu will inhale again and all universes will go back to Mahavishnu, that time your miseries will end. That means as long as this material world will be there will be miseries. But in midst of these miseries, we have shelter of Krishna Katha. We have shelter of Krishna's holy name. And that is the best shelter of this world. We can't stop rains, but we can go out with umbrella to protect ourselves from the rains. In the same way, material world means dukkhalayam, sansara parishram will be there. But we can take the umbrella of Krishna Katha and protect ourselves in the sufferings of this material world. This ghana ghanatvam in sansara dava is mercy of devotees, mercy of Guru, mercy of Krishna Katha, mercy of Krishna Nam. And when we take shelter of this wonderful shelter of Krishna Katha, then these miseries go away. Last verse of this chapter. Asat avishyan angribhavagamyam prapannam amritam amarvaryanashayat sindhu mathyam kapat yuvati vesho muyyanya surarims tamaham upasritanam kamapurnam natosmi. Assuming the form of a young woman and thus bewildering the demons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead distributed to his devotees, the demigods, the nectar produced from churning the ocean of milk. Unto that Personality of Godhead, who always fulfills the desires of his devotees, I offer my respectful obeisances. So Sukdev Goswami is meditating on the compassion of Lord, on Lord's magnanimity to always help his devotees, to always support his devotees. And he's offering obeisances to Lord that even he can become a woman, a young woman, and bewilder the demons for protecting his devotees. That is Lord's Bhakta Vatsalyata, his love for his devotees. Purport. The instruction of this narration concerning the churning of milk ocean is clearly manifested by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he is equal to everyone, because of natural affection, he favors his devotees. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 9.29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dushyostina priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service to me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also friend to him. This partiality of Supreme Personality of Godhead is natural. A person cares for his children not because of his partiality, but in a reciprocation of love. The children depend on father's affection, and father affectionately maintains the children. Similarly, because devotees do not know anything but the lotus feet of the Lord is always prepared to give protection to his devotees and fulfill their desires. He therefore says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of 8th canto, 12th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Mohini Murti Incarnation Bewilders Lord Shiva. Actually, just couple of days before, my parents were having discussion, and my sister was asking my parents, "Whom you love more, me or my brother?" That's me. Like my sister was asking, "Whom you love more, the son or the daughter?" So my mother very beautifully explained. My mother says, "Actually, no parent in this world can distinguish between their children. Nobody can do that. But actually, parents know the nature of their children. So some child may be more attracted to parents, or some child may be more dependent to the parents, and therefore parents reciprocate with that child more. It's not about loving more or loving less, but it's about reciprocation. And same we see in the pastimes of the Lord. It's not that Lord doesn't love demons. Thakur Bhakti Vinod says, Asura Sakala Pailo Charana. All asuras get lotus feet of the Lord, which big yogis don't get. So just by killing demons, Lord gave them liberation. Actually, Lord is more partial to the demons. But he gives more mercy to his devotees because his devotees are completely dependent on the Lord. There is nobody except Lord in their life. And therefore, when Lord comes in his incarnation, he only comes to rescue his devotees. He only comes to reciprocate with the love of his devotees. Now, Lord here has become Mohini Murti for demigods. And we know in our Gaudiya philosophy, in our Gaudiya tradition, demigods are considered to be mixed devotees, not pure devotees. So imagine for mixed devotees, if Lord can go this far, how much Lord can do for his pure devotees. And therefore, when Lord comes as Mohini Murti, it's not material beauty, it's his pure spiritual beauty. But because we see Lord with the sense of sense gratification, that becomes काम. आत्मेंद्रिय प्रीतिवांछा तारे बलि काम, कृष्णेंद्रिय प्रीतिवांछा धरे प्रेम नाम. अतएव काम प्रेम बहुत अंतर, एक अंधतम और एक निर्मल भास्कर. So there is difference between काम and prem. When you look at anything, even the form of the Lord, with sense of sense gratification, that becomes calm, lust. And when we see any object of this world, spiritual, material, anything, with desire to serve the Supreme Lord, that is prem. So Prabhupada used to give many times example that dictaphone is spiritual, microphone is spiritual. Why? Because he's engaged in Krishna's service. On the other hand, we have example of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who once went to take darshan of the Lord without his specs. And when disciple asked Guru Maharaj, should I go run and bring your specs? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, no, I didn't come here to enjoy the beauty of Lord, but I came here so Lord can enjoy me. He is Bhokta. I am not Bhokta. I am Sevak. I am servant. In the same way, yes, Mohini Murti is beautiful, but here Sukhdev Goswami is not appreciating the beauty of Mohini Murti. Sukhdev Goswami is appreciating the compassion of Mohini Murti. For his devotees, even mixed devotees, he can come this far. Imagine for pure devotee what Lord can do. And that is example we read in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. For one devotee, Prahlad, Supreme Personality of Godhead descends at Lord Nrsimhadev. He can cross any limits. Hiranyakashipu crossed all limits of cruelty. Lord Nrsimhadev crossed all limits of magnanimity. He came, he killed Hiranyakashipu, rescued one devotee, Prahlad. For one devotee, Lord can come. And what Sukdev Goswami tells? Satyam vidhatum tava bhritya bhashitam. Just for bhritya bhashitam, Prahlad told, my Lord is everywhere, my Lord is present in this pillar. And Lord incarnated from this pillar. That is Lord's love for his devotees. But what Prahlad Maharaj tells Lord, that's another interesting thing. Prahlad Maharaj tells, no, that Bhritya Bhashitam, that servant for whom you appeared is not me. That Bhritya is my spiritual master. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe, kamabhikamam anuya prapatam prasangat, kritva masat surasina bhagavan grihita, soham kritam suvishaje tava Bhritya sevam. That Bhritya, that servant is my spiritual master Narad Muni. Because of him, you are standing in front of me, my Lord, and therefore how can I give up service to my spiritual master? So here Sukdev Goswami is telling Lord came to rescue demigods. But what is hope for us? Will Lord come for us? Yes, he will come. Why? Because we are connected to pure devotee of Lord Srila Prabhupada. That is our hope. If we are connected to Srila Prabhupada, Lord will be merciful to us. Our deity, our pranadhan is Srila Prabhupada. Like, just now, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago actually, we were in Jaipur and we took darshan of the original deities of Goswamis, Radha Govinda Dev, Radha Madhav of Jayadev Goswami, Radha Madan Mohan and Karoli of Sanatan Goswami, Radha Vinodi Lal of Lokanath Goswami, so many people, Radha Gopinath of Madhu Pandit Goswami. We took darshans of all these deities and we were wondering, Lord appeared for one devotee, appeared in these beautiful forms, and for centuries people are getting benefited. Why? Because Lord appeared for one devotee. But what is hope for us? Our deity is Srila Prabhupada. He is merciful to us. We are connected to Srila Prabhupada. That is our hope. And for Srila Prabhupada, Lord will come in our life. Once Srila Prabhupada was asked, one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, Raganuga Bhakti means when a devotee meditates on a resident of Vrindavan and he follows in the footsteps of that residents of Vrindavan. That's Raganuga. Which resident of Vrindavan we should meditate? We should meditate upon Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, any Sakha, any Gopi, any Manjari. Which resident of Vrindavan we should meditate? And Prabhupada said, me. I am that resident of Vrindavan on whom you all should meditate. Because our connection to Vrindavan, our connection to the Supreme Lord is through Srila Prabhupada. And if we just stick to his lotus feet, yes, Lord came as Mohini Murti for demigods. In the same way, Lord will come in our life in the form of holy name, in the form of his beautiful compassion, in the form of his beautiful form, in the form of his beautiful pastimes. Everything will be available to us just by mercy of his pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. So these are the wonderful nectars hidden in the purports of Srila Prabhupada. If we read the Srimad Bhagavatam very, very sincerely, very, very diligently, as Prabhupada used the word scrutinizingly, we'll get these wonderful pearls of realization. And may our determination increase day by day in the lotus feet of our founder Acharya and whole Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this very crisp, very insightful and deep class today. We're really fortunate to hear all this. And Prabhuji, we will take the questions. Praladanand Prabhu, you can ask your question.
Dhanapran Mataji, I do not have any question. I'm just appreciating Prabhu's excellent discourse which he gave, and I'm really appreciating his so much realizations at a very young age. He is giving us such an. I just want to add little reflection here that Lord is so merciful on all of us who are attending these classes every morning that he has promised Naradji that Tatra tisthami Narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. So Lord Krishna is already with us in these sessions which we do every morning, because we are doing nothing else than appreciating his pastimes like that. And also I have put that slok in the chat 1.5.10 where Narad Muni again is telling that, who is the Hansa? Those Hans are the ones who attend these classes every morning and enjoy the pastimes of Lord. So again, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, please accept, and I'm really appreciating your beautiful discourse this morning. Hari.
All
Hare
glories to
Krishna.
our Guru Parampara. We are repeating the words, no realization, personal realization.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Comment and next, I request Janava Mataji, you can ask the question.
Okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Danavat Pranam. It's my great fortune to be associating with you today, this morning. I think what grabbed my mind that I wanted to just clarification on is when you said when Lord Shiva was coming after Mohini, goddess Mohini, in the form of Lord Vishnu, what places of, because you said something about the Lord was going of all the Shaivites where they're praising, and so that way they were seeing Lord Shiva running after Mohini Murti. Could you just give me the places of those things again? I kind of know it, but do you want to give me the places where
It's
this
no definite list of places. This is the realization of different devotees that Lord purposefully went through the Shavites to show them how there is a superior Lord to me. Just like Yamadutas, when he went to Yamraj, Yamadutas asked, my dear Lord, is there anybody superior to you? We went as your order carriers, and there this Ajamil is called Narayan, and we were chased away by some beautiful looking some denizens of some higher planets. And then Yamraj got opportunity to tell, yes, there is my Lord, Lord Vishnu. And just by chanting his name, one can be purified of all sins. So here, this pastime has been taken as an opportunity so that the Shaivites can also understand, yes, Lord Shiva is great, but Lord Shiva also meditates on Lord Vishnu, and under whose attraction Lord Shiva is running behind. So that's a side realization by different devotees.
okay, Tika. And another question, Prabhu, like how come the Shaivites don't read the Srimad Bhagavatam? Like
They read Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not that they don't read Srimad Bhagavatam, but they don't have Srila Prabhupada's purports. So they take their
Tika.
own interpretation. They take their own interpretation. Just like for example, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam starts with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. But they don't read that line, they remove that line, and they directly starts with Janmadiyasya yata haitaratas charteshu abhyakeswarat. And what they conclude is, here Vyasdev is telling Satyam Param Dhimai, this Satya is Lord Shiva. And Lord Vyasdev is actually worshipping Lord Shiva, not Krishna. So that's how they twist the meaning, and then the whole thing goes into their understanding in different way. So all Mayavadis also read, different demigod worshippers also read, but they take it their own teachings. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Jao Bhagavat pado giya Bhagavat sthane." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have to learn Bhagavat from a person Bhagavat. So if we have proper guidance of parampara, then only we can understand Bhagavatam. Otherwise, even after reading Bhagavatam, person will not come to the conclusion that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is hidden in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Is it just stubbornness? Because it's like we're studying Srimad Bhagavatam, and it's almost like, I understand the concept that only certainly devotees of Lord Krishna will, this understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam will be revealed, because we are gearing towards devotional service. Whereas Mayavadis and whereas the atheists, their intelligence is going to be covered. But sometimes I just don't understand the stubbornness. Why if it's already in the scriptures, it's just already the last book, Srimad Bhagavatam, written by Vasudev. Kind of the same way the disciple of Adi Shankaracharya, I mean, he already converted. He already said, about made the face of Lord Jagannath, something to that effect of maybe the last vision, my last breath or something. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Prabhu. And yet the disciples still did not follow that. So is it just the attachment of human being to habits? It's like it's like, why is it that why some of us, I mean me included, why are we so stubborn when so many experiences and so many facts, so many scriptures are like literally on our face? Is it our arrogance? Is it also fated that we're not supposed to get to know Krishna in this lifetime? I mean, for other people, what do you think philosophically, Prabhu, is why the stubbornness? Why, even though the facts are there, the scriptures are there, do you think it's just because we're human beings and we're clinging into habit, or is it like karma that we can't recognize Krishna in a lifetime, or what do you think that is, Prabhu?
No karma, no jnana can reach Lord. Therefore, Lord is called as Adhokshaja. Any material endeavor cannot reach Lord. And therefore, these scriptures, what is scripture? What is Srimad Bhagavatam? Bhagavater Kathai Tava Avatar. This Bhagavatam is Lord's avatar, incarnation. Now, Duryodhan tried to capture Krishna. We know this pastime. When Krishna goes as peace messenger to Duryodhan, Duryodhan tried to capture Krishna. But can somebody capture Krishna? It's not possible. In the same way, Bhagavatam is Lord Himself. We cannot capture Lord. Only Lord can reveal in front of us. So we approach Bhagavatam as beggars. And with the mercy of our Acharyas, Lord revealed to us, not for us, for our Acharyas. And therefore, Prabhupada's purports are more important to us than the actual verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because these verses were available 5,000 years. But how many people actually got the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam? But when Srila Prabhupada wrote purports, or even before Srila Prabhupada, when Gaudiya Acharyas explained Srimad Bhagavatam, then only people could understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhakti is the highest process, the only way by which we can connect, revive our love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Jnana, Karma can never reach Lord. So when we talk about understanding scripture, that is Jnana. That's not Bhakti. But we can say, oh, we are also studying. Is it Jnana? No. We are only endeavoring to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. You remember that pastime from Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to South India and a Brahmana is reading Bhagavad Gita and he can't pronounce the words properly. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks him, why are you reading Bhagavad Gita? You can't pronounce it nicely. What that Brahmana replies? He replies very beautifully. He says, विप्र कहे मूर्ख आमी शब्दार्थ नहीं जानी शुद्ध शुद्ध गीता पढ़ी गुरु आज्ञा मानी. I am not knowing what's going on. I am not understanding these words. But I am reading the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Guru Agyamani, because my spiritual master told this. Now go back to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he went to Prakashanand Saraswati in Varanasi, Prakashanand Saraswati asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why are you chanting and dancing whole day? You are a sannyasi, you should read Vedanta. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied? Guru more murkh deki korilo shashan. My spiritual master told you are a fool. What you should do? Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam. You should just chant. So I am just following the instruction of my spiritual master. See, our whole parampara is simply following a pure devotee, following an acharya. And when we follow a acharya, then scripture reveals, then holy name reveals, then the deity reveals. That's our process. It's like a binary, you understand, binary 0 or 1. We are 0. We are conditioned soul. But as soon as we cling on to the mercy of pure devotee, it's 1. It's revealed by the mercy of a pure devotee. So yes, Bhagavatam is available. People are reading, people are giving discourses, Bhagavad Sapta, this Sapta, that Sapta. But still they can't understand because they have to take shelter of a genuine parampara, genuine acharya. Then only it will be revealed. That is the mercy of parampara. And that's the benefit we are having. So we are so
Thank you,
fortunate.
Prabhu. That is why Srila Prabhupada is the Shamasti Guru. And one of the things that I really liked hearing before when I was getting into Bhakti, I was when I was very, very, very new years ago, and I heard that. Do you know that Srila Prabhupada is much more powerful than the demigods? I was like, what? I couldn't understand philosophically why that was, but as I got into bhakti, like and then understood more the power of Srila Prabhupada, because he's a pure devotee and he's Bhakti Devi and he's at the left side of Lord Krishna, like what he says, and that's why he has the power to say, I'll take you, just hold on to my Dori, like no demigod can claim that, I feel like. So I thought that was a beautiful thing when I finally was understanding the power of Srila Prabhupada.
Very
Prabhu,
true.
thank you so much for this association and for your wonderful and practical and Shastra-based answers. I appreciate you. Jai Shri Radhe, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for that question. Prabhu, thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhu, there is one question in the chat I would like to read for you. Sunil Prabhu is asking, Prabhuji, you said Krishna is ready to go too far for even mixed devotees. But Mahaprabhu says, those who worship me as material things are fool. I will not give the material things, but I will give Swacharan Amrita. So, how to understand this, Prabhuji? In Chaitanya Chaitamrita, there is no pastime where Mahaprabhu fulfills the material desire.
Because we have to understand these examples in Srimad Bhagavatam are given so that we understand even in extreme situation Lord can help. So if we follow his instruction, what will happen? Just like Ajamil, you're discussing about Ajamil. At the end of his far end of his life, still he was doing sense gratification. But when he saw Yamdutas, out of fear he called Narayan. And then Yamdutas were chased away by Vishnudutas. Now, most of the people in India, when they hear Ajamil pastime, they know up to here. But when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, what we read? Vishnudutas didn't take Ajamil right away. Vishnudutas gave him second chance. And therefore Prabhupada gave this book second chance. Second chance. Now what you will do? Again you will do sense gratification or you will chant Lord's name. So Ajamil goes to Haridwar and he chants holy name and then he goes to Vaikuntha. In the same way, Lord may fulfill some material desire of a mixed devotee. Lord may save a mixed devotee from some apparent material danger. But that is not real mercy of the Lord. By doing that, Lord gives another chance to a devotee. Now what you will do? If you still attached to material desire, we are not as fortunate. But if we take forward from there and take shelter of the Lord, ahetuki, apratihata, that is pure devotee. That is pure devotion. And then Lord gives his own self to such devotee. And that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is not giving mixed bhakti. Mahaprabhu is not giving karma or jnana. Mahaprabhu is giving anya vilashita shunyam jnana karma adyanavritam. That is Mahaprabhu's principle. And therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, if my devotee, Ami bhaje, and then he desires for material sense gratification, say murkhe vishay ke badiyo swa charnamrita diya vishay bulaibo. How can he is full, he is asking for material desires, but how can I give? I'll give him my own nectar of lotus feet, so he forgets sense gratification altogether. So that is special mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So yes, Lord may fulfill little material desires for a devotee to maintain his faith, but then a devotee has to ask pure devotion from the Lord, and then Lord gives him pure devotion. Like that. Otherwise, Lord's statement in Bhagavad Gita of Artha Artharthi Jigyasu Gyani will fail. Then it will not be applied. But Lord says, no, if somebody comes as Artha, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Gyani, then also I accept them. But then these four has to stay on the path of devotional service. Then they will get purified. They will also get love of God.
Wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. This answer clarified so many things. And any prayers that devotees do that Krishna and Gauranga Mahaprabhu sees what is good for so and so devotee, only that will be fulfilled and will help the devotee get closer to Krishna, come in the path of pure bhakti. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hey, devotees, if you have any question or comments, you can ask now. Or yes, there are no question or comment. Prabhuji, with your permission, we can end the call here, Prabhu.
Thank you
Will be
very much.
obeisances.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So sorry. He couldn't unmute. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was really, really wonderful class and very nice question answers, Prabhuji. And thank you so much for coming on the call and saving the day, Prabhuji. It was like very
I put Shyama Gauri Mataji into big crisis and trouble few minutes before the class because I was not feeling good, and I asked Mataji if I can skip, but then she mercifully engaged me. So thank you so much for empowering me for this service.
Yes, it's a show must go on. So like that, we have to go on any time. But thank you so much and get well soon, Prabhuji. We will pray for your health and definitely come back, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Prabhuji. Will be obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavyo Namo Namah.
Gaudiya Vaishnavvrata ki jai,
Ki
Srila
jai.
Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad
Ki jai.
Bhagavatam ki jai,
Ki jai.
Krishna Kishore Prabhuji ki
Ki
jai.
jai.